Sup everybody, it's your boy Officer D. We back with part 2 of the video. Thanks for checking it out. If you ain't watched part 1 yet, go and check it out, man. You can't watch part 2 without watching part 1. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe before you start the video. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe before you start the video. Let's get into it. The next part of the process was a psychological test. That's also part of the written exam portion that they say you have to do, which is, I guess it's written. It's like a circle bubble sheet that we did. This is a whole nother topic by itself, the psychological exam, okay? But you go into this room with some other people and you're going in there to take this test. It's a booklet with a Scantron. And the first part is math. Now, my favorite subject is math. I was like, I could do math, right? I was still in school. It hadn't been too long, so I did math. Favorite subject, I got math. Reading, it's basic reading comprehension stuff, right? Comma, where's the comma go? Which word actually goes here? What's the correct version of there, stuff like that, like simple stuff. But the psychological test, let me tell you about that thing right there. It asks you crazy questions that you got to think about, and you're questioning whether you're putting down the answer they want or what's in your head. Because questions like, are all people good? Are all people good? And you're like, well, no, everybody's not good. Everybody can't be good. But, or crazy questions like in that realm of stuff. Does everybody have a good heart? Or is everybody trustworthy? Stuff like that. It's like, and it's yes or no. So I'm like, it has you thinking like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know, right? Well, that was like a 200 question exam just in the psychological part, not including the reading and math questions. Like, those are different sections of the test. So after you finish the test, you have to actually talk to, I don't know if she's a psychiatrist or a psychologist, whoever she is, or whoever he is. You have to talk to that person, right? And this person somehow already knew my background. So I went in there, it threw me off a little bit. My background is that I was a little trouble kid in high school. I hated school. I routinely got suspended. From 3rd grade to 8th grade, I had an anger management coach. That luckily worked out great for me. I think the Police Explorer program also worked out great for me because that taught me a lot of how to present myself and control my feelings and yes sir, no sir. Before the Police Explorer program, I would never say yes sir, no sir. But they made me say it, or you did push-ups. So I say yes sir, no sir to my friends. Like, they're talking, yes sir. It's just something easy to say now. Like, yes sir, no sir, right? So she was asking me questions about that, and I'm like, how does she even know that? But I had put that on my application, I believe, when I got hired. So that's how she knew. I guess they passed that information on to her. And this was like an own company. This wasn't a police, I didn't mention that. This was its own company that we went to for this psychological exam. It wasn't through the police department, right? So the police department outsourced this company. So that's why I was so shocked to know that she knew this information about me. She knew that my dad was in prison currently. And so she knew some stuff about me that I was like, okay. But overall, that whole questionnaire with her and the questionnaire test went well. I know I didn't get on the math part. The psychological exam by itself, I was not sure of. I think about 3 days later, we found out. They sent me a text message like, you did very well on that test. The next portion is this, and that, right? So the next portion of the test was the background check. Oh my gosh, that took forever as well, because they had retired people come in and do your background examinations, right? That took freaking forever. So the background investigator finally calls me, and he's like, hey, we just need you to come in real quick. It'd be like a 15-minute something we just got to go over. I'm like, okay. And this is something that I still have not lived down yet to this day, right? I'm thinking I'm just running in here and running back out. So I put on some olive chino pants and a white t-shirt, and I go into this police department to meet this guy. Unbeknownst to me, I have to go in there and they take my picture. They didn't tell me anything about taking a picture. So I go and take a picture. Before I talked to the background investigator, I had to do the picture. And I didn't know what the picture was for, right? So I go talk to the guy, and basically he goes over some questions that he has of, I think like some family members. He wanted to look at your social media. They wanted your social media passwords to all your accounts that you have. They wanted to look at it while you're right there, stuff like that. So I said, okay, cool. The process after that was your conditional hire. So that was it. That whole process took so far up to 4 months. Right before 4 months, I got hired on my 4 months. So that conditional offer, I'm not sure why they did a conditional offer and then your actual offer, because I don't think we did anything in between those two, of your conditional offer and then your actual hire date. I don't think anything changed. Like your actual hire date, we just came in and started working. But conditional offer. So after that conditional offer, I believe a week or so passed, they called and was like, hey, we're offering you the job, right? No, I take that back. The recruiter called me. I was on my way to work. I was still working at a grocery store during this whole process and in school. But he calls me on my way to work and he's like, hey man, I got some bad news for you. I'm sorry. And while he's saying this, my heart dropped. Like I was about to hang up the phone on him and be like, I just don't want him here. But so he's doing this on the phone. He's like, I'm sorry to tell you this, man, but you got the job. And I literally stopped my car and started shouting and was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? So I was super excited about that. And I'm asking him that day, I'm like, when do I quit my job? Like, do I quit my job now or what? And he's like, nah, go ahead and put your 2-week notice in and you can start, right? On starting day, we have our police IDs issued to us. Can you guess what picture they used? They used a picture that I came into work with that white t-shirt. Also, unbeknown to me, anytime they hire somebody, they send an email out of the person. When I tell y'all that my picture looked like a mugshot, like I'm in there looking like how I'm looking with a white t-shirt on, and everybody's like, what type of picture? Like I seen the picture, I'm like, what type of picture is this? And that's the picture that I still got on my ID to this day. Like I'm embarrassed to show it. And everybody's like, why would you come to work for anything during your hiring process looking like that? I'm like, I was just told to come in for 15 minutes, right? But so just FYI, always kind of dress up a little bit, even after your oral interview. Come in a little dressed up, all right? But yeah, so my department, they hired us before we went to the academy. It was about a month before we went to the academy. In the process of doing that, they had us going over some stuff that would prepare us for the academy. They had us working out, just doing stuff around the PD, helping out wherever we were basically needed until we went to the academy. And then we went to the academy and we were paid to go to the academy, right? That was the biggest thing. I was not looking for a department that was going to sponsor me to go, because that's a lot of money to go to an academy. Even if you get sponsored. So I was looking to get paid because I was quitting my job too, to go to the academy, right? So that's the process, man. It's a long process. Throughout that, I maintained contact with the recruiters, letting them know that, hey, this is what I want to do. Also, in between the background investigator. So the background investigator also requested that you go and get your, no. So when you first got hired, when you first applied for the job and they sent you those 2 packets, when they initially sent out those 2 packets, inside those packets it said, don't send what we're requesting right here yet until your background investigation starts, which was your criminal history from everywhere you stayed, right? I'm like, why do the police need your criminal history from everywhere you stayed? Like, can they not just look that up? But you had to turn that in. Why? I don't know. We can look it up. I think it was just a few months ago, actually. I just happened to think about it because I had someone who was asking about the hiring process. They're like, why do we have to go pay to get this record when we can look it up? And I just happened to think about it. We can look that stuff up. Why are we having to do that? But I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, some stuff if you're not fingerprinted for some stuff, we may not be able to look that up in different states. So I guess if you're staying in a different state, they want you to get that. But heck, I stayed in the same state that I was applying to, and I still had to get it. I don't know why. I have access to everybody's criminal history stuff from where you, like, I don't get that. Yeah, like I said, that's the process. Remember, it's a long process. Stay in contact with your recruiter. Don't bug them though, because that makes them not want to hire you, right? They get annoyed. When they get annoyed, they ain't hiring you. Don't be that annoying guy. But stay focused, be truthful, give your truthful answers, not just what you think they want to hear. They want truthful answers. If there is something that you did in your past that you're not wanting to say, that you just go out to say it. It's going to come out one way or the other, right? Just tell them there's people I went to the academy with who done some stuff and they still got jobs, and I'm like, I guess so. If you're honest with it and it wasn't something you did yesterday, they can work with you. Just don't lie about it. I've yet to meet anybody who has done some stuff in the past, lied about it, and got hired. If you have to meet somebody like that, right? So go in there, be honest, tell them what you did, they can work with you. All right? All right. So don't forget, like, share, subscribe to the video. I got more videos coming. Subscribe to the video. Like it, comment, and I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.